Okay, so we're going to keep going with our midterm review today, and we are on section 1-5, number 9, solving equations. So when I have to solve an equation, I want to get the variable alone. So I have to look at what's happening to the variable, and then I have to do the, what? Look at what's happening to the variable, and then do the opposite.
That's what I said.
I didn't hear you. I did not hear you, but I believe you. So thank you. Yes, you're going to do the opposite. So it's n plus 3, so I'm going to do what? Subtract 3. Whatever I do to one side? Yes. So now we have n alone, which is what we wanted, and 13 minus 3 is 10, which Jeremiah told us. Thank you. Good. Okay, so that's it. So look at what's happening to the variable, do the opposite. What is happening in number 10 to the variable? It is being multiplied, so we are going to, yes. So whatever I do to one side, I do to the other, and I get x equals what? What's 48 divided by 6? 8. Okay. And for number 11, what do I do? Anybody can say it? Minus. Whatever I do to one side, I'm going to do to the other. 15 minus 5? Yes. Number 12, I'm going to do what? Try again. Are you looking at number 12? Number 12. I'm going to add 12. $55 plus 12 is how much? 67. Correct. Okay. Now for numbers 13 and 14, I see fractions. And fractions mean what? Division. Good. So the opposite of division is multiplication. So on these two, I'm going to multiply both sides by whatever's on the bottom of my fraction. And then these two cancel out. They end up equaling 1. So we're just left with x. And what's 11 times 9? 99. And number 14, what do I do? Somebody tell me. By? Yes. I'm going to multiply both sides by 6 because that's what's on the bottom of my fraction. I'm left with m equals how much? 48. So the directions for number 13 say, identify the x and y coordinates on this point. So which one is the x? The 1. And which one is the y?
4.
The 4. Good. That's it. That's all you have to do. I need to know that you know the first one in the ordered pair is the x and the second one is the y. So for 14 through 18, it says draw a graph and label the following. So on your paper, I did not leave you a lot of space, but try to find a space where you can draw a graph. And we're going to label all these different parts of the graph. This is 14 through 18. I combined a bunch of numbers together. Okay, so the origin, where is that? Right in the middle. Good. And it is 0, 0. Excellent. How about the x-axis? Which one is that? Yes. The horizontal is X, and what is the Y? The vertical. So we're just labeling all the parts. I'm going to check your notes too, guys, so make sure you're drawing this in your paper. How about negative numbers and positive numbers? So let's just number 5 in all directions, okay? And I'm going to have to write on top of my origin here. But moving to the right is positive. What if I go up? Positive again. To the left, negative. Notice how I use one line for each number. Keep your graphs as straight as possible. So if you have graph paper, one line for each number. And then going down, negative again. And the quadrants. So help me out with the quadrants. Where's quadrant 1?
Top right.
Top right. Quadrant 2? 3? And 4. Good. And remember, those are labeled with Roman numerals. Okay, so number 19, you have to know the definition of domain and range. So the domain is what? Who remembers? Yes, the X values. In all the ordered pairs, it's all your X's. And in number 20, it says list the domain. So when it wants me to list the domain, I'm going to make my little solution set bars, and I'm just going to list all the X's.
Wait, so for 19, when it says what is domain, you just put X value?
Yep. And then for 20, we're just going to list all the X's. So we got 9, negative 3, 5, and 2. And that would be it. So let's do the same thing for range. Okay, so number 20 is telling me what is the range. What is the range?
The Y value.
The Y values. And the way I remember the differences between these two is I always say domain and range together. I always say domain first. X's come first in the parentheses. So that's how I remember it. Yes. D comes first in the alphabet before R. That's a good one. Ooh, I like that. Okay, so now it says list the range. So I'm going to look at my Y values in these same numbers that I had in the other one. And I'm just going to list all the Y values. That's the range. Use your little solution set bars. Okay, so I have 2, I have 4, I have 0, and I have negative 8. And that's my range. Okay, for scatter plots, we had 3 types of scatter plots. The first one is what kind? Who remembers? Yes, very good. So write this on the line underneath this scatter plot on your paper. This is a positive scatter plot. Positive means it starts low in the corner and it goes up to the right.
Positive.
Positive. The next one is what kind? Negative. And that's going to be on your next page in your packet. So negative starts up high on the left and moves down to the right. And then the last type is what kind? What? You forgot? The third one is called no Relationship.
Oh.
It's kind of weird. It doesn't have an easy name like the other two. But it just means that there's no relationship between these points. They don't make any sense together. They're just all over the place. No. But it's multiple choice, so you'll pick the right one, I think. Okay, so let's review what type of a scatter plot might be positive. What kind of a relationship? Okay, so an example of a positive relationship was the more into the summer we get, the higher the temperatures go. So that would be a positive relationship. An example of negative relationship was if you're trying to save money, the more hours you work, the less money you spend because you're trying to be a saver and you're being really responsible. So that would be a negative relationship. And the last one, no relationship, those examples were like your height and your hair color. They have no relationship. Like you could be short with blonde hair or you could be tall with blonde hair. You could be short with brown hair or you could be tall with brown hair. No relationship there. Okay? This is the end of your midterm review part 2 video. We will finish the review tomorrow with part 3, which will be over chapter 2. Email me if you have any questions, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.